Hi, Dr. Tyrell. I'm Taylor Thurston. This is for your summer 2011 course, Music 160. This is my field research project. I'll be interviewing my lovely mother here. Got a nice set of questions, so we're going to get right to it. Name and when and where you were born.
My name is Drew Thurston, and I was born in Kansas City, Kansas in 1956.
What was the musical background of the family you grew up with?
My mother is a pianist or an organist, and she was in the church. She was the music director. My parents were both involved in their school bands. Daddy played the drums, and he could really honky-tonk piano. My mother played the clarinet. She tried to teach herself the trombone, but I think it was just too much for her.
Too much. At what age were you introduced to music? Were you kind of understood what the artist was or who they were, and kind of understood the style of music they were playing?
Well, I've always been around music because we grew up in the church, and I sat right by the organ, and so that's why I was first introduced to church music. But I think it's very vivid in my mind. I got a white radio.
White radio. What is a white radio?
A white, just a
Those color
beautiful
white.
color, big plastic white radio with the dial tone, and put it on my bed. I think I was 9 years old, and the first song that I listened to when I turned that radio on was a song called "Dizzy" by Tommy Rowe.
Dizzy by Tommy Rowe.
And I was just ecstatic. I mean, I would just sit and listen to the radio for hours and hours, and I'd get my hairbrush and pretend it was a microphone because I knew one day I wanted to grow up and be a star. I used to make my sister shine the flashlight on me, so that was my stage light.
Awesome. When did you start to formulate your own opinion of music? Like the style or genre? Any certain bands come to mind?
I think probably by the time you got to junior high school, for me, it was there. It kind of seems to be this clash between part of my friends loved the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
They were just a little too clean cut for me. I kind of went with the Stones, But I mean, it was very influential over anything we did.
Yeah.
There was statements being made. It's kind of funny. It's still that way. Did I answer that good enough? Okay.
Do you play any instruments?
I play the piano.
Piano.
I used to play the clarinet.
Used to play the clarinet. Did not know that.
I was first chair in band.
First chair in band.
I quit band because I couldn't march and play at the same time.
And you also sing, correct?
I sing. I play the congas and percussion.
Sing, congas, percussion. When did you ever take any lessons to play any of these, or?
I took piano lessons from the age of 4 to 18.
4 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
What about any other?
The clarinet was band.
Band.
Mm-hmm.
That was in school.
That was in school. I started in the 6th grade band and went up to a junior.
What about singing?
I took voice lessons.
Okay. How long did you take voice lessons?
I took them for about 4 months over at UMKC Music Conservatory.
How have you used these instruments in your life?
Well, I play in a classic rock band. Before that, I did sing with my girlfriend. She was a songwriter, and so we did her original music.
What type of music did she sing?
A country.
Country.
Folk.
Obviously, how did you use the piano in your life?
I played in church. I do not play keyboards in the band. I was taught to read music and not to memorize it, so I'm more of a classical pianist.
Classical. Okay.
So, but I did play the piano in church for many years.
Awesome. When you listen to music, what stands out to you?
Well, I can answer that in several ways.
Well,
The lyrics.
lyrics.
It's really funny. Each musician listens to something else,
Yes.
you know, like a drummer who listens to music listens to the drums, you know, the bass listens to the bass lead and stuff. I like listening to the lyrics. I like
Would be considered maybe the voice of the singer?
the voice of the
or
singer, how they deliver.
Delivery?
You know, I like to watch them to see how they perform. Not only are you singing, you're telling a story, and they're watching you too. You know, you just don't stand there stiff. You know, you kind of have a little movement to you. And of course, I always like the beat.
Beat?
You know, the beat. It's really funny. They used to have this show on Saturday mornings called Bandstand, and they would review all these songs. And the first thing the kids would say was, "The beat. I like the beat."
Beat. So out of all those, when you listen to music, what appeals to you the most? Would it be... My neighbor's working on his deck.
What appeals to me the most is the song itself, the melody, the melody itself, how it makes me feel,
Feelings.
you know, and it can change, you know, like if you really are kind of mellow, you like to listen to something quieter, or if you really want to get, like if I want to get housework done, I turn on the rock.
Something a little upbeat.
Yeah,
Okay, you said you were born in the 50s. Over the past 5 decades, how have you seen music change?
Ooh.
I imagine that's real generic, but I mean, as an overall perspective.
It's funny how music is constantly evolving, but I think sometimes it repeats itself too, especially in country music.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with Tammy Wynette and Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings, and now what we considered rock back then, country is now. You know, they're kind of got that rock thing going on. I've also always leaned toward classic rock and roll. It's funny because it used to be about love. Then it was about war. You know, then it was a statement about the man.
Kind of follows whatever's current political national standpoints.
And music, I think for a time was for entertaining purposes. Now it's actually making statements, and it's gotten very political.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
You know.
Over that time frame, how has your opinion changed?
My opinion has changed a lot. In regards to, I used to hate country music.
Mm-hmm.
Just hate it. And I find myself getting out a Patsy Cline CD and enjoying it so much. I think as you mature, your taste kind of changes. When they first had heavy metal music, I loved heavy metal music, but then it changed, and all of a sudden I didn't like it anymore because it just got too out there.
Too far-fetched.
And also, I've really enjoyed singing in church again.
Church singing.
And not even contemporary. I am more enjoying the classic hymns now. I don't know if it's just because in Daddy's last years she really liked me to sing the hymns to him. You know, but just getting out that hymn book and singing the old rugged cross or something sometimes brings tears to my eyes.
Has music ever caused a life-changing event for you? Anything dramatic ever happened in music that you made sit back like, wow, I look at things differently?
Yes. My girlfriend wrote a song for a movie that Billy Ray Cyrus was producing, and we went to Kentucky to sing it because that was where the movie was being filmed. It was about a child that was murdered by her mother. It was child abuse, very, very sad. And so, but they had, and it was a big production because they were introducing to this town that they were going to be making this movie here. So a lot of press was there. And
what was the name of the song?
It was called Child of Ogilite. It's a little town in Kentucky.
And who was the artist?
Heather Doreen Landis.
H.D. Landis.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the name of the movie by chance?
It hasn't been named yet.
Still hasn't been named.
Right. But anyway, there was press, there was movie camera, there were movie people, and when you see like on TV somebody being interviewed or something, you think it's pretty spontaneous. Well, it's not.
Orchestrated.
It's very orchestrated, and we had to stop several times, and it was really funny because Billy Ray Cyrus would make sure you get me here, you know, or is the light on me really good? And it just, I was disappointed.
In regards to?
In regards to, I just thought that, performers were the type of people that were spontaneous and, you know, and just entertaining because that's what they
were,
do.
yeah.
But it really wasn't.
Hmm.
I mean, he puts on the camera face and takes it off, and I'm assuming probably a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
And I always thought, I never want to be that way. You know, I'm happy just with what I do. I think that, Ed, can I tell you another story?
No, man.
The first time I was recognized someplace for singing, "Oh, aren't you enjoying the geezers?" You know, that kind of made me feel good.
Somebody that
likes
picked
it.
you out of a crowd.
Uh-huh.
If you were to learn a new instrument, what would it be?
I would learn how to play the guitar.
Why?
Because then I could play anywhere I wanted to. There are some times where we're camping, and it's like, gosh, if I had a guitar, we could be sitting here
Around a campfire.
singing. And I'd like to do a little bit more contributing in the band, you know. I've tried it though, and it hurts my fingers.
Well, I think I will try and figure out how to put this in a report, and that's the end. Thanks, Mom.
I love you.